Hey TJ, what's up?
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Oh, pretty good. Just another day in paradise here in service. So
Happy Tuesday. All right, so I
yeah.
appreciate you taking the time to be able to jump on. We've been working together for about a year now, and you guys have had some pretty awesome results. And I was wondering if you would take us through kind of some of the results that you've achieved in the last year of working with us and kind of where you're projecting for 2025.
Okay. Yeah. So last year met and exceeded our 3 million billing goal, which is something that Radco service hasn't really in recorded history that I could go back through. It had not happened before. So we got there, which is extremely exciting and something that we're extremely proud of. And it's made it, obvious that we can do more and planning and projecting for 4 million. And after close of this week, which is right at the end of Q1, we're looking like we're dead on track for that and probably gonna, I'm feeling good about it. So looking great for projections.
So that's insane. So first off, hitting the goal 3 million, right? For the first time within a long time that not only did you have the goal set, but you exceeded it. And now we're going for a goal of not just 3 million or not just 3.2, but you're going to 4 million this year.
Yep. We blew through it well enough last year that I mean we're feeling super confident. Yeah, looking forward to just banging it out one more time.
That's awesome. So how do you originally hear about service alignment and some of the stuff that is going down with that?
Service alignment, where we're actually the gentleman that just walked past me had gotten involved with you. We needed something to help our stuff talk with Centerpoint as far as from like an accounting reporting kind of stance. And it was very clear that you had your stuff together and that I personally needed somebody to help me get my head out of the weeds, so to speak, because I was very, very involved in day-to-day operations and really it didn't I mean, I'll just say that I didn't know how to get out of there and figure out the numbers side of the business, which is extremely important. And so yeah, that's kind of how our involvement came to be. And then first Charlie and then myself. That's how we got there.
Love it. It's always fun when we get an opportunity to be able to work with someone like yourself, right? Because you got the roofing background, you got the skills, the people leadership is there, right? But now we're going to take that step back and we're going to start working on the business, right? So understanding where those numbers are at, we can all work 40 or 50 hours a week, right? And it doesn't get us closer to our goal or it doesn't get us the gross margin that we need till we start understanding a little bit of those numbers. So it's always
Yeah.
fun to be able to see that.
Yeah, picking out all those milestones and being able to get there and understand why that's been very, very helpful.
I love it. So, what are some of the biggest impacts that you've had since we started working together? Both, I guess, on a personal side, you talked a little bit about it, and then how about on a business side?
Personally, I've gained a lot of confidence and and just knowing where we are day to day, um, and having the confidence to um, you know make statements about the direction of where we're going, especially this year and short term and long term, being more confident and um, knowing where we're at. That's something that I'm extremely happy with. As far as the business, it's made everything quite a bit more organized and understandable as far as who needs to be doing what in the business. So meaning, everybody's got their, left and right blinders. They know their job. Everybody is trained and can do each other's job, but kind of staying on the path and being organized. That's professionally, that's really what's been driving us towards success.
Love it. Clarity creates confidence, right?
Yep.
All right, great. So, anybody who's thinking about coming on board with service alignment, what would you say to them? What would you recommend or feedback that you have?
Just be open-minded. Don't get stuck in and this is going to sound cliche, like everybody says it's the way we've always done it. But, obviously um, if you're having a consultant come to you and share ideas, be open-minded and be willing to answer the hard questions, the uncomfortable questions, the ones that make you go like, dang, yeah, where you realize where you have that moment where you have that clarity to know that you need to make the change. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's also good because you found it and you can start working on it.
I love it. There is a very clear difference in contractors that are growing and succeeding like you, and then contractors who are stagnant. And it has a lot to do with kind of what you're talking about, that humbleness to be able to say we're not perfect, right? The humbleness to be able to say maybe there's a better way to be able to do this. And I think kind of what you're saying is a huge part of that, right? Because you're like, hey, man, I want to be better. And it's not saying that one way is right and one way is wrong, right? Every company has their own culture and their own processes. But when you can start putting all of that together, it's awesome. And I think Radco is a great example of the success that you guys have had, the success and track that you guys are on, and where you're projected to go in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. You know, like you say, there's always, a bunch of ways you can skin the cat, but having somebody around to kind of figure out how to do that and integrating a plan into your particular culture has been extremely helpful.
Love it. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to jump on, giving some feedback of what it's been like to work with service alignment, and look forward to working with you more, sir.
Yeah, man, looking forward to it. Awesome.
Thank you.